Hey guys, I just got back from a walk and I'm pretty hungry, so I'm starting dinner already. I've got a spiced pork tenderloin roasting in the oven, and I'm making a side dish of Mexican street corn salad to go with it. I've already microwaved a bag of bird's eye corn with no water, and it's in a colander in my sink draining. I'm trying to get as much moisture out of it as possible. And while that's draining, I'm going to work on all the other goodies that go in the salad. So I've got 3 green onions here that I'm just dicing, mincing is probably a better word for it. I do like to use the green part. It has a great flavor. When I get close, I kind of look and I'm like, oh, that one's limp and gross. Get out of there. That part's not good. That looks nice. So keep mincing. That looks good. That was 3 green onions. When you're scraping off your cutting board, don't use the cutting side of your blade. That dulls it. You just want to use the back of your knife to go right into your bowl. There we go. I'm also going to do equal parts mayonnaise and sour cream. Let's get a different spoon out for that. So I've got a full bag of corn, so I'm going to do kind of a lot of dressing. That's like a good amount of sour cream, I think. And then I'll do an equal dollop. Oh, if you guys have not had Duke's mayonnaise, it's fantastic. I went down to Atlanta, Georgia many years ago to visit my husband's family. And that was the first time I'd had Duke's mayonnaise. And ever since then, it's the only mayonnaise that I enjoy. I can't really eat mayonnaise plain. I don't enjoy it in dips either. This is why I like doing half and half. So you get the thickness from the mayonnaise, but the tang of the sour cream. But this mayonnaise is fantastic. It doesn't have that weird oily aftertaste that a lot of mayonnaises have. I don't know, maybe it's just me tasting weird things, but I don't particularly enjoy other brands of mayonnaise, and I'm adamantly against Miracle Whip. That is not mayonnaise, it is salad dressing. All right, let's see. I'm also going to do some feta cheese. You could do cotija cheese, any sort of authentic, mild Mexican cheese. I like the feta because it's got tang. It's delicious. This is a crumbled Israeli feta. I really enjoy French feta as well. And you know what am I going to do with that tiny bit of leftover feta? Let's just put the whole thing in. All right. Some spiced paprika, some smoked spicy paprikas going in here. I don't typically measure, but with this, I'm going to make sure I use a measuring device because I don't want to accidentally put too much in here and make a mess. Let's see how that looks. And at the end, I'm going to taste it, and if it needs a little bit more, then I'll go ahead and put a little bit more in. All right, we're going to do some lime juice as well. So a trick for my limes, I roll them with some firm pressure, and that's going to help break up the little juice sacs inside when I go to squeeze it. My other trick is I cut off the end to expose it. Then I cut it in half. I got this juicer many years ago from Macy's. It's a Martha Stewart juicer. Not that the brand matters, but I love that it does smaller and larger. And so now my exposed cut side goes down, and when I squeeze this, it just helps the juice, more of it, get into your bowl. Ooh, this is a pretty firm lime, holy cow. Squeeze all that in there. And again, I'm gonna taste it, and at the end, if it's not limey enough, I'll go ahead and add in more lime juice. I'm gonna do some black pepper. I love black pepper. So is my husband. And I'm also gonna chop up some cilantro to put in here. I used cilantro the other night for What did I make the other night? Babe, what did I make the other night with cilantro? Oh, we had tacos. I put it in the coleslaw that I made. Man, my memory is really going. So this is, since I already used it once, there's kind of a lot of stems. This is herbaceous. You could chop up these stems. They're pretty succulent, so once they're diced up, or minced, I keep saying diced, I mean to say minced, you wouldn't even notice them, but I just like to pull some of the larger pieces out because I have the time. My roast still has 5 minutes, plus it has to rest to redistribute the juices, so there is no rush on my salad. That looks pretty good because, again, they're succulent. Now those leaves are grody. I'm just pulling them because, ugh. There we go. Looks pretty good. So I just gather them all up into a little pile. With basil leaves, you would do a chiffonade and stack them and make it all nice and neat. But with the cilantro, it's just loose craziness. So go ahead and mince that up as fine as you like. Some people don't like cilantro. Supposedly there's a gene that makes cilantro taste delicious or taste like soap to you. There we go. All right, let's get that in the bowl, and then I'm gonna mix this all together, give it a taste, and see how I need to adjust my seasonings. So let's mash up the dressing first. So the other thing is this might not be a loose enough dressing. If I don't want to add more lime juice, sometimes the limes tend to be sweet. I'll just use a little bit of apple cider vinegar or rice vinegar, not rice wine, just rice vinegar, which is a really mild Asian ingredient that I have in my pantry. All right, we're gonna do the corn next. Again, this has been draining in the sink, so it's pretty dry. Toss this all together. So I'm using a spatula, and this technique is called folding. You come around from the side and up the middle, and you turn over your corn. So this is how you would fold egg whites into a batter, like a souffle, or if you had a delicate cake batter. It mixes pretty quickly. There we go. Let's give it a taste. Where's one of those spoons I used earlier? This is my, let's see. Oh, that's really good. You know what I think I might add? There's a little bit of garlic salt. Oh, just kidding. We don't have garlic salt. You have to do a little garlic powder and a little more salt. All right, a little garlic powder on there. I could do regular whole garlic, but it's the one that I have right now is really strong. So I'm gonna go with the garlic powder. Just a little more salt. I'm kind of surprised. Usually feta cheese has some salt to it. So I'll have to remember that this one that I got, again, the Pastures of Eden crumbled feta from Israel, not very salty. Good to remember for future recipes. All right. Let's see how this side dish is. I know I'm using the same spoon. It's just my husband and I. If I were in a professional kitchen, I would have tasting spoons. I would have already put this one in the waste and grabbed a fresh spoon, but the hubs can handle it. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat that with our pork. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you make a batch.